The following program contains mature content, subject matter, and coarse language that is intended for mature audiences only. Views and opinions that are expressed are not the opinions, views, or a reflection of advertisers, guests, or any syndicated affiliates of the Benet Embry Show broadcast. Viewer discretion is advised.
Oh, yeah. This is the BENETEMBRY Benet Embry, host of the Benet Embry Show, coming to you live and uncut right here, right now on www.podcitypodcast. What is it, Zig?
PodCityPodcastNet.com. That's PodCityPodcastNet.com. Yes, that is PodCityPodcastNet.com.
Wait, is it net.com?
Simplify, man. Damn.
We appreciate everybody tuning in to us tonight, man. We hope you had a great week last week. We hope you have a better week this week. So we appreciate you taking out our time to tune into us. Man, we have a great show for you tonight. We have some interesting topics. We're going to get a little political. And also, ladies and gentlemen, we have Mr. Thomas Reed of the Budgeting TV show, How to Budget on Your Trips. Because people like me, I want to go to different places. But when I say, oh, damn, that's $3,000 to go here. The air travel is here. The hotel is this much. And see, James traveled. Both James and Nikki both travel. So I don't understand how they do it. So,
well, I've never spent $3,000 to go anywhere.
I'll be going to Africa for $3,000.
I mean,
I'm going to Africa on an excursion.
I got to be on this trip for at least 2 weeks to spend $3,000.
Well,
see, you have two people to buy for. I only have one person to buy for. So
okay, what's the most you've ever spent on a trip?
The most I ever spent was when I went to Jamaica, and that ran me about $1,100.
Okay, what about you, James? What's the most? When it's just you by yourself?
But of course, hotel is always more. If you do an all-inclusive hotel, it's always going to cost more.
I ain't just me by myself. I ain't never taken a trip just me by myself.
Why not? I would.
I got family.
Well, I'm just saying, before family.
I mean, dude, think back. I mean, I ain't never had to take a trip where it's just me, where I was really traveling. I think the most I spent is about $5,000, but that was the family.
But where are you going? Spending $1,500 a person? Because I assume $3,000 is for you.
It was
wife.
It was. Right. It was. We were trying to go to the Caribbean, to St. Thomas, and the hotel was all inclusive. It was the airfare. I was talking to James about it. He said, "Wait a minute, man, you finna spend $3,000 for 3 motherfucking days?"
Oh no, not for 3 days.
I'm gonna be there.
That's
I'm
too
gonna be there
much.
7 days, all inclusive. I'm getting my body waxed. I'm getting massage.
Right.
Dude, I'm getting a bikini trim.
Now, for all inclusive hotel for you and her, you're probably gonna spend at least anywhere between $1,200 and $1,500. That's for the hotel, all inclusive.
Yeah, because you be traveling.
A flight, you should be able to get a flight for maybe $400 a piece. Dig it.
Shout out to Davion Jackson that's tuned in. What's going on, Tia Clark? Thank you for tuning in. So, but this is the things that we're gonna talk about with this man right here, because, like I said, I just jump online and I look for packages because I figure that's cheaper, and it's not really cheaper. And then I'm sitting up there like, how the hell am I gonna pay for all of this?
It is, but you also have to look at where you're going and when you're going. Oh, yeah. Come on, James.
Oh, yeah, the one that's the one that's always calling everybody out.
I had to start this.
But you have to look at where you're going and when you're going. So if you're going like during the peak months, then yes, it's definitely going to cost more.
Well, sure. I just want to do something on my birthday or anniversary, and these are things.
I understand, but I'm going to Cabo in October, and that's like a peak month for Cabo. So, I mean, it cost me like a little bit over $1,000, and that was with flight and hotel.
See, damn, that's what I'm talking about, Nick Shady. Nick Shady be traveling. She said, if you can't act right over here, Cats.
Act up, you can get snatched up. Act up, you can get snatched up.
And I hate to point out that you were wrong so early in the show, Benet.
I was
We
wrong.
don't-
Yes, I love it.
We don't have
Yes.
just Thomas Reed on the show.
Oh,
we
I'm
have
sorry.
Thomas Reed and crew.
Oh, and his crew.
Yes,
I'm
sir.
sorry. Thank you for
And
great.
crew.
Ladies and gentlemen, you
Get
know
it
whose voice that
together.
is.
Get it together.
That is the man who makes us look good and sound good, our esteemed engineer. Ladies and gentlemen, Ziggy.
the Zig Master.
Damn. That's kind of that's kind of creepy, Zig. That look. He's also a comedian.
Yeah, he's also a
He's
comedian.
also a comedian.
Yes.
Yes, he
When
is
is your next show, Zig?
Don't know, haven't booked it.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, I'm tripping. Let me actually introduce you to the people who make this show work. To my immediate right, ladies and gentlemen, she is the UUA 2016 Model of the Year. She is also a writer for DallasBlack.com, and she is a published author. Nikki, name of the book.
It is called The Secret Life of Danielle Alexander.
Well, Nikki, where can I buy it?
You can.
This is some bullshit.
That was so fake.
Isn't it really?
That was so fake. You guys can get it off of Amazon. If you go to Amazon, just search Nikki Jackson, Nikki Jackson. The book will pull up, The Secret Life of Danielle Alexander. If you don't have Kindle, you can download the Kindle app, $2.99. Boom, you got the book.
Is that
Not $2.99 to download the app, $2.99 for the book.
is that you, the half naked woman on the cover?
I thought you were introducing James.
No, I'm just saying
I
because
ain't
I
talking
didn't.
about you.
Yeah, because I didn't even need Pornhub after I saw that. I was like, ooh, the
First
secret
of all,
life.
I wasn't naked.
I said half.
I
naked.
wasn't even half naked. I had on a shirt.
When did we start talking about some nakedness?
You know what I'm saying? I had on a shirt,
Okay.
and the only thing you saw was the silhouette
Shout out to Silhouette.
Silhouette of what?
of my body.
Oh.
I had on a bra. I had on underwear.
Really?
It was just a black and white silhouette.
Oh yes.
That
boring.
won't be the cover of
No, it
the
wasn't
next
boring.
book.
So boring.
No, okay.
So average.
You must not say.
Oh,
T-shirt and your panties on. So
I need to do
average.
t-shirt and my panties on.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I've posted enough of that.
Have you?
Have you? No.
No?
You only had that one booty pic.
Okay, yeah.
When you were laying
just
down.
that one, and
Yeah.
it wasn't even a booty pic.
Oh yeah, it was booty. When you can see crack, it's booty.
Oh no, you could not.
When you
Stop
see the,
playing.
When you see the whole cheek.
Really?
Oh yeah. Do I
But
need
it
to
was,
pull
but
it
it
up?
was faded out though.
No, you can't fade that.
You want to pull up your booty cheek on the show?
I think
No,
I think that's all he want to do. He just want to
Just pull it up on
He
your
just wanna
computer.
pull up
Don't
my booty
don't
cheek.
involve everybody else in your shenanigans.
Ladies and gentlemen, he is the man with the plan. He is the political analyst of the
Lord.
show. He is the angriest high yellow cat in America. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to present to you Mr. James D. Kane.
Don't believe the hype. I am
think
not
you
angry.
should believe the hype.
I just get my point across. And if you don't like it, well, that's you. But back to you, Benet.
We actually gonna talk about that tonight.
What's that?
Why people can't agree to disagree.
Because
You understand what I'm saying?
everybody's right now. It's
because
no
everybody's
absolute.
right and
Exactly.
nobody respects the other person's opinion or thoughts. It's
Right.
like we can agree to disagree, but just because what you're saying doesn't match what I'm saying doesn't mean that what I'm saying is wrong.
So do people believe in the truth? Because even if you present them the truth, the hardcore truth, and say, here is a fact. Is it because it
No,
doesn't-
no, Benet. Okay, now we can both walk outside right now and
Right.
look up in the damn sky. I can look and say, "Hey, man, it's partly cloudy. Looks like it's gonna be a clear night." And you can look up and say, "Well, hell, man, I just look. It just seemed like gray skies to me." And which one of us is wrong and which one of us is right?
Is that really worth an argument, though?
No, but the deal is from your perspective. If you're colorblind, maybe the sky is gray. And maybe you can't see the clouds, but then somebody's got to be right and somebody's got to be
Exactly.
wrong. But
I
it's
mean-
no damn absolutes
Well-
anymore.
And people come at me all the time on stuff that I post, especially if I post a video or an IGTV story or something like that. They always have
Oh,
to
I'm pretty sure they
say
did because-
that
yeah.
what I said was wrong. And it's like, is what I said wrong, or is it just that you don't agree with it?
Well-
That doesn't make it wrong just because you didn't agree with it.
Can I segue into that real quick?
Absolutely.
So Nikki put out on IGTV, she was like, if basically talking about if
Sex
it's
on the first date?
Sex on the
Okay.
first, women having sex on the first date.
Yes.
And when I saw that, I said, she finna start some shit with this. Because
But you guys know that that's what I do though. I post things to start conversation.
And don't never give no information.
I post things to start conversation.
I've been wanting to hear what you gonna say.
And what did I say? What did I say about sex on the first date?
You said it was okay.
You grown, and that's
I
what
said
you wanna
nobody
do.
cares.
Right.
I didn't say it was okay. I said nobody cares. I said everybody is an adult. If you're feeling that person on that first date and you want to have sex, have sex. Who cares? Nobody
Shout out to the
cares.
horizontal hump.
He is not going to look at her any differently if she do or if she don't.
I don't know about that.
No, seriously. If he really likes her, and he's vibing with her, and that just happens to be the moment that they're in, who cares if you have sex on the first date? People that have had sex on the first date have been married 15, 20 years. People that didn't have sex on the first date didn't last a month. So, I mean, it depends on those two people and what they're feeling at that time. Like I said in the video, we need to stop judging each other based on things that people say we shouldn't be doing. It's okay for the man to have sex on the first date, but the woman is giving out all her souls and intaking all these sins and what's the thing where the woman got all these souls inside of her for every man that she have sex with, but the man ain't got shit. He don't get no souls.
Well, no,
He ain't no soul collector.
He ain't no soul collector.
No,
you know
ladies and gentlemen, what Nikki is talking about, there
is
is
a double standard for everything that involves men and women.
Well, there is a double standard for it, but I do believe that once you sleep with if you sleep with somebody, you've slept with everybody they slept with. I think that's for both men and women. On the same token, Nikki is correct. There is a double standard, and I will tell you that women created it.
Nikki, hold on.
Here's my thing. If I go out with a guy on Friday night and me and this guy like have this amazing sexual connection, may not have shit else in common. But in my head, I'm like, okay, I bet he's going to be real good in bed. Yep. And if I want to have sex with him on Friday night, then I'm going to. I may not call him the next day, and I may not want to have shit else to say to him after that. That's not wrong if I do, and it's not wrong.
You done broke that man's heart.
Oh, shut up.
He was sitting up there.
I promise you, she ain't broke no man's heart.
She broke his heart.
Dude will be like,
he probably
was I that bad?
Yeah, he messed up. Just totally tore up his self-esteem.
Hey,
did I do it wrong? Did I smack on the ass too hard? Did I grab the boobs too rough?
I mean, we've all had those people that we've had sex with, and after the first time, you're like, I'm good.
It depends.
I'm good.
No, Nikki.
It could have been okay, but you're like,
Nikki, you know for sure.
That's a woman thing.
No, you know for sure. You'd be like, okay, it wasn't all that first time. You like, he kind of cute. And you'll say, I give him a second chance.
Hold on. We got to take a break, but we're going to talk about this.
Yes, because I need
because
to
everybody's justified
to freezing in here.
Everybody's justified to do over at least once because the first time you don't know how.
Unless he got a small weeder.
Are we gonna talk about
Tiny
If it's
Tim.
small the first time, it's small the second time.
You know what you see? That's the double standard. Ladies and gentlemen, we can take a break. You're tuned in live to the Benet Embry Show. Special guest tonight, Mr. Thomas Reed and the crew. We'll be right back.
I was down bad on my ass, had to give up my last. Stop hearing from every partner that I thought that I had. Guess they were here for the cash. Now a nigga came back with a sack. Strap on my lap and no cap. Yeah. Now they wanna come back. They won't find me on the map. Yeah. Hey, the cash keep rolling. Them numbers keep going and going up. The bag looks swollen. I'm strapped with a rocket as big as fuck. Try to fuck me, you get penalized. If you fuck me up, you got memorized. We just maximize, we don't minimize. Yeah. I used to make sure a lot of niggas kept their lights on. Used to turn down a lot of their baby mamas when they wanted to bite on. And I feel in a hole so deep, all I can do was reach out. All them niggas I fed couldn't grab a hand, let me for dead. Now I came back for revenge, now I feel out in the bins. I want back all of my ends, I'm busting down on they main. All of they spots getting stained, I showed them niggas the game. How the fuck you leave your brother sleeping in the rain? No. All this money a nigga done gain, I still ain't never change. Flame, put one through a nigga brain, leave him walking with a cane. Yeah. Pillow talking with a lame, Shani ain't part of the game. Yeah. If a nigga try to disrespect me, it's a homicide. Put that shit on my name. I was down bad on my ass, had to give up my last. Stop hearing from every partner that I thought that I had. Guess they were here for the cash. Now a nigga came back with a set. Strap in my lap and no cap. Yeah. Now they wanna come back. They won't find me on the map. Yeah. Hey, the cash keep rolling. Them numbers keep going and going up. The bag looks swollen. I'm strapped with a rocket as big as fuck. Try to fuck me, you get penalized. If you fuck me up, you got memorized. We just maximize, we don't minimize. Yeah. I used to pray to the preacher, waiting my turn for me to hit the push with a beater. Now a nigga all out the bleacher. My granny told me one day she knew I had to keep it 100. Had to work up from a onion. I had to grind spring, fall, winter, and summer. Get my people out the jump. So many long nights full of hunger. There was no campaign. I ain't worried about a damn thing. Half of these niggas so damn lame. I just catch that on the crib with my kids and my baby mama in a damn chain. I put my heart in my words. I put my life in the streets. I put my soul on the beat. I put a walk in the Sprite and now it's the peak. How could you hate on a nigga that raised you? How could you shoot at a nigga that saved you? That shit amazing. That's a walnut to a raisin. Yeah, that shit amazing. Yeah, that shit amazing. I was that bad on my ass. Had to give up my last. Stop hearing from every partner that I thought that I had. Guess they were here for the cash. Now a nigga came back with a sack. Strap in my lap and no cap. Yeah. Now they wanna come back. They won't find me on the map. Yeah. Hey, the cash keep rolling. Them numbers keep going and going up. The bag looks swollen. I'm strapped with a rocket as big as fuck. Try to fuck me, you get penalized. If you fuck me up, you got memorized. We just maximize, we don't minimize. Yeah.
See, my husband left me.
You said it like me, this shit is on you!
She came back. We just wanted to protect you, baby.
You promised me that you would never keep something like this from me.
Yeah. What you do on a nigga? Dab on a nigga. They gon' love this shit. Where'd you get this shit from, fam? I just came out the trap with this shit. Hey. 30 for 32. Trap looking powder blue. We selling Zans, gas. I got the Paris.
The first thing I think about when I wake up in the morning.
I'm leaving packs up the avenue. I don't live friends over at the boat. Hop at the photo, hop in the coat. Not taking photos.
You're the most beautiful, most intelligent, most talented woman I've ever known. I love you.
I'm leaving packs up the avenue. I don't live friends over at the boat. Hop at the photo, hop in the coat. Not taking photos.
I love him so much. I can't see myself with anybody else but him.
You brought pain and suffering to your life.
Yeah. What you do on a nigga? Dab on a nigga. They gon' love this shit. Where'd you get this shit from, fam? I just came out the trap with this shit. Hey. 30 for 32. Trap looking powder blue. We selling Zans, gas.
Maybe I didn't make myself clear. You didn't understand. I'm not raising no kids.
I don't live friends over at the boat. Hop at the photo, hop in the coat.
Delay every flight right now. Hold them at the airport till they want to get off and go home to their children.
Charlene, what's going on? Charlene, what's going on?
I'm praying this city girl spirit up off the city of Atlanta.
Okay.
I'm praying this hot girl summer over every mother, every daughter all over the world.
And we agree.
They will not have them. They will not have our women.
They won't.
Because I'm telling you, I know what it is. I recognize the spirit.
What is it?
It's a Delilah, Jezebelionic spirit.
My God.
And the world is wanting to call it something else. They want to call it a hot girl summer, but they won't.
Well.
I'm praying for the rain right now.
Rain.
Cool them off right now.
Cool them off.
Flying back from Dubai. Flying back from Mexico.
You better pray.
Flying back from Tulum.
Why?
Flying back from Valley. You won't have my daughters.
You
no,
won't?
You won't have my pray for yeast infections.
Oh my.
Right now for every halfway swimsuit. I pray right now that you encourage the women to clean up their room and stop taking selfies with their feet being dirty at the bottom.
My
you
God.
want to have our women. me.
You better pray.
No, you won't.
You better
I'm
pray.
gonna march around this building for 7 days.
Uh-huh.
Till they let our women go. They won't be whores. They won't be partying and shaking and twerking they butt on boats. I pray for motion sickness on every yacht right now. Motion sickness on every yacht. Thin rain clouds. Woo! Sunburn every butt that's out right now. Put a sunburn on it. Right now. Right now.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? This is Algie Smith right here, and you best believe you're tuned into the Benet Embry Show.
Don't you start, Ziggy. Don't you start.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. It's that time. It's that time. I had to get in my mode for just a second. I'm sorry. But you got to feel it when you bring this lady on. She is the queen of the airwaves, so you got to do her right.
Man, just come the hell on.
I was about to say, if you don't spit that shit out, nigga.
For real.
It's a little cold in here.
She got on a sweater.
But it's about to get hot. With Nikki Jackson and Nikki's hot spot. Damn, I get better and better every week. What's going on, Nick Shady?
She like, I'm gonna hold my mule.
Ladies and gentlemen, what y'all don't know, Nikki secretly loves it. It is the highlight of her week. She cannot wait to get on the air to hear me break it down like that.
She damn near puked on air.
She didn't puke.
I said
No,
she
the
damn
week
near.
is a really long 5 days. It would be hard pressed for me to say that this is the highlight of my week.
Well, I'm just saying. You got Mr. Hater James over there, you know.
I'm a hater.
Yeah, he always got something. Whenever I say he got something to say, just watch, ladies and gentlemen. See, that's how you know that's that crab mentality. That's why we can't rise.
Is that why?
Who
as
is
a
we?
people.
Who is we?
Huh?
Who is we?
Black
You
folks?
not part of us.
I'm not part of it.
No, you have part of us.
Oh,
Not full.
really?
That's right.
Nick, you
All
better
right.
go. You better go and do
I
your
know.
hotspot before he gets.
Let me go ahead and get to it. Let me go ahead and get to it. All right. Speaking of you black people, no, I'm kidding.
She's so stupid.
I'm kidding. All right. The first trailer for Dolomite Is My Name, a new original feature film from Netflix based on the life and work of blaxploitation hero Rudy Ray Moore, has arrived. Starring Eddie Murphy and directed by Hustle and Flow director Craig Brewer, the new film tells the story of how Moore, a larger-than-life comedian, singer, actor, and film producer, launched a movie career in the 1970s with one of the most well-known blaxploitation films of all time, Dolomite.
Right on.
Netflix has high hopes for the film, which will focus specifically on the period in Moore's life when he struggled to make it in Hollywood and opted to strike out on his own to make Dolomite. Murphy is joined by a who's who cast of black comedians, including Chris Rock, Mike Epps, Craig Robinson, Keegan-Michael Key, Luanell, Wesley Snipes, Titus Burgess, and Divine Joy Randolph.
I saw that today. I cannot wait for that to come
The
out.
film will hit Netflix and also select theaters sometime this fall.
That's gonna be dope. That's gonna be dope. I saw it today and I was like, yeah, this is gonna be funny.
Yeah, I think
Wesley,
it will be. I mean, I think Eddie Murphy is funny anyway. I think he's gotten a bad rap for the PG-13 movies that he's done.
I don't know why. He's an excellent actor.
I think he is
Anybody that can play the whole movie,
right?
The whole movie.
I think he's.
And play
I
10
think he's
different
great.
characters?
Right.
I think he's great. So I'm definitely looking forward to it. A trio, of Pennsylvania judges today on Monday appeared deeply skeptical of Bill Cosby's effort to have his sexual assault conviction overturned, as the comedian's lawyers argued in court that the trial judge had deprived him of a fair trial. Cosby's lawyers argued that the women's stories were too similar to be permitted as pattern evidence and essentially guaranteed the jury would view him as guilty. Cosby became the first celebrity to be convicted in the #MeToo era when a jury found him guilty in April 2018 of drugging and sexually assaulting Andrea Constant at his home in 2004. The 82-year-old, who is serving a prison sentence of 3 to 10 years, did not attend today's hearing. Do you think that because they allowed so many women to testify at his trial and all of the stories were basically the same, that other women fed off of other women? Or do you think that all these women were telling the truth?
Well, Nikki, that's a touchy subject because I still don't see how they can convict somebody with no physical evidence. But he did admit to it, didn't he, James?
Well, I don't think he ever admitted to this one, but for the Constant chick, he did settle out of court with her some years ago.
Yeah, and they seal the records. So when they came in, he gave a deposition, and they sealed the deposition, and then they had another court come back and they unsealed it and said that, well, he incriminated himself, or he admitted that he had done some things, but he admitted it with the pretext that this is gonna, we're gonna settle this. And so then they came back later on and used it against him.
I'm gonna say it like this, and I know I'm probably gonna get in trouble for this.
Oh, well, don't say it.
If it's 3:00 in the morning and a man invites you into his room, 9 times out of 10, it's not it's not about work. Nikki, you are a woman. Man say, hey, you know what, Nikki? Won't you come up here so we can talk about how I'm gonna help you get a show?
At 3 in the morning?
At 3 in the morning.
No.
Okay.
I'm very skeptical of people anyway nowadays in 2019. So even if he asks me at 2 in the afternoon, I'm still probably going to say no unless I can bring someone with me. Especially someone that I've never been in a private setting with before, and you're inviting me to either your home or to a hotel room. Yeah, I'm not going to do that.
Right.
I don't like putting myself in situations that I can't control. I can't control the situation if I go to his home. I can't control the situation if I meet him at a hotel room. I can control the situation if I meet him at a hotel bar. But if I go up to his room, once that door is shut, I can't control what's going to happen after
I'm going to
that.
ask you another question as a woman, Nikki. If you decide to go to his room at 3:00 in the morning, what are you expecting to happen?
But I wouldn't though. But if I did, I would be thinking that he's probably gonna try and have sex with me.
Okay. Would you not, as a woman, like, you know what? It's 3:00 in the morning. He invited me to his room. I'm finna go up here and fuck him.
I mean, yeah. If I was going to go, that would be the mindset of this is probably how this is going to go.
Yeah.
I mean, it just would be.
Now, what he did, ladies and gentlemen, if he did everything they say he did, he was wrong as hell. And we are not condoning sexual assault in any shape, form, or fashion. But where does personal responsibility come into play and all of this stuff? But anyway, go ahead, Nikki.
Okay. Excuse me. A Lyft driver in Northern California was arrested Saturday on allegations he raped a 25-year-old woman who had requested a ride home from a bar. Tanya Colicolo was arrested by the San Bruno police on charges of raping an intoxicated person and false imprisonment with violence. The victim reported that she ordered a ride from Lyft the previous evening while intoxicated at a bar in the city of San Mateo. Sometime after being picked up by the driver, the victim believed that she passed out in the back seat of the rideshare vehicle. The driver then took the victim to his residence in the city of Tracy without her request or permission, where it is alleged that he had non-consensual intercourse with her. The suburb of Tracy is about 70 miles southeast of San Francisco. A Lyft spokesperson said the driver was permanently removed from its app when the company learned about the arrest. Ladies, if you're going to be taking Lyft or you're going to be taking Uber, please always be careful. Do not ever drink water that they offer you.
Right on.
Because when you get in the back seat, he may turn and say, hey, there's a bottle of water back there if you need some water. Don't drink that water because you don't know if that man has put something in that water. You just don't. Again, I just don't trust people a lot, especially when I'm by myself. Do not drink water in the back of the Uber or the back of the Lyft driver's vehicle. Also, do not get in the back seat because if he's got those child-proof locks on, you can't get out.
But I would think that would
get in the front.
Okay.
No, I'm serious because if those child-proof locks are on and he starts attacking you, how are you going to get out? You can't.
Yeah, but see, if you sit in front of me, if I want to snatch and grab you or punch you or,
I understand that, but there's also a quicker way to reach that door handle and fall your ass out that car as opposed to being in the back seat and you're basically trapped.
Dig it.
I always ride in the front seat. I just do because I don't trust riding in the back seat with people that I don't know. I don't know what might happen. What if you don't take me to where I'm supposed to go and I can't get out?
So what you gonna do? Just pull a goddamn...
I mean, eventually he got to come to a light.
Give me this wheel.
I mean, if it's to save my life, yeah.
Well, then
absolutely.
you have a better advantage at being in the back because you can grab him around his throat and choke the shit out of him. Versus like, if you sitting next to me, Nikki, and I'm like, I feel like I'm feeling rough, and I'm in a rapey mood, you know what I'm saying?
What's a rapey mood? First of all, what is a rapey mood? What's a rapey mood?
I got you.
What's a rapey mood?
I'm just saying if I've got that mindset, it's easy for me to punch you and hit you and knock you out. Versus if you're in the back seat and I got to reach, and if I'm not going where you want me to go, it's easy for you to grab me around my neck and or throat, pull me back, and then
Right, and then he go crash and you both go die.
Let me wrap this up because I think we're getting the signal.
Yeah.
In movies this weekend, Fast and Furious presents Hobbs and Shaw came in again at number 1 with 25 million. Number 2, Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark came in at 20 million. You guys can check my review out on that on my fan page, Movie Night with Nikki J. Check out the review. The Lion King came in at number 3 with 20.2 million. Dora and the Lost City of Gold came in at number 4 with 17 million, and rounding up number 5, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, starring Brad Pitt and Leonardo DiCaprio, came in with 11.6 million.
Have you seen that?
I don't want to. I've seen the preview and I have no idea what it's about.
Digging. All right, Nikki, tell folks where to follow
you guys can find me on Instagram, Snapchat. No, don't do Snapchat. I'm sorry. Instagram, Twitter, Libra Girl 1016. You can find my book on Amazon. Just search Nikki Jackson, The Secret Life of Danielle Alexander. Make sure you follow my author page so you can get updated information on when the next book is coming out. You can find me on Facebook, Nikki Jackson.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is time now to educate you on how to ball on a budget. Now, this man was referred to me by somebody I extremely trust. He's also a friend of the show, ladies and gentlemen. I've checked out some of these YouTube stuff, and I was like, wow, okay. Nikki, hear you? She'll put the headphones on in a minute.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Can I introduce the guest?
First of all,
I wasn't talking to you.
First of all, y'all know I'm not putting no headphones on.
Yeah, but I hear you in the background.
But I'm going to stick this earbud up against my ear.
I hear James in the background.
I wasn't in your ear.
Nikki.
Why are you harassing him?
Can we please, children, get to the interview? These wonderful people have been waiting this whole time.
It's black magic over here.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, presenting the host of Budget Travel Show and his crew, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Thomas Reed. What's happening with your brother?
Up, we can't hear you. You might be muted.
Yeah, is he muted?
I believe you're muted, gentlemen.
Yeah,
hold on.
You're muted,
Hold
bro.
on.
We can't hear you. 1, 2. Can you hear us? No, can't hear you.
Hold on, we'll get them. We'll get them. They're there. They're logged in.
We tried it earlier, and it was working. So we'll keep talking. Can't hear you. Let's see if he.
All right, guys. You guys want to vamp while we work to get the mic feed going?
Okay.
Yeah.
What we'll do, ladies and gentlemen, while we get the mics up and running, we will take a quick break. Remember, are we good, Zig? I was just asking. I heard you said okay.
Let's not go to break. Let's just
saying
have
go to
you
break.
guys vamp. Like
Ad-lib,
talk.
You just keep doing.
Like a show.
Oh, I didn't know
would
what
function.
vamp was. I didn't know what vamp. I didn't
Ziggy,
know.
you can't be using big words like that on Banana.
No, did you know what he was talking about?
I did.
I did.
Yeah, it's a 4-letter word.
I did.
I thought vamp. I was like, is this, what's that movie? Twilight or something? I was
Vamp,
looking up.
ad lib. Just keep it going.
Well, I didn't know.
Yeah. Like yada 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 bada bada ding.
Right. Right. Like blah, 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 blah. Blue, 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 blue.
Nikki, how's your book doing?
It is doing awesome. It is doing very well. I'm so super excited for all of the support that I have been getting for the book and all of the reviews that I have on the book. There's like 11 reviews online right now, and they
Right
are
on.
all 5 stars. So that is awesome.
Dig it. Well,
Why are you looking at me?
I was just gonna see what you got going on.
What I got going on?
Yes, you are producing a TV show. What's happening with that?
We working, man. We working. I heard your homegirl, man, on an interview today.
Who the hell is that?
What's her name? Alexander.
Miss Erica Alexander.
Erica
yes.
Alexander.
You call her Erica Alexander the Great. She blew me a kiss on this show.
Oh, good Lord.
Dude, please.
Okay, so
she didn't even see you when she blew that
I
kiss.
don't. That don't matter.
She'd have seen that. She'd have turned her back
Because
on
I'm
you.
charming.
You're charming?
Yes.
What the hell?
I am charming. I'm full of zest and life.
No, she's full of zest in life.
What did her interview say?
Well, she was talking about some of the things that she had going on in a production company.
There we are.
There we are.
Here we are.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are good. Gentlemen, once again, ladies and gentlemen, once again, the host of Budget Travel Show and his crew, Mr. Thomas Reed.
Oh, yeah. There we go. That's what's up.
There we go.
What's happening with you, man?
Dylan, man, we just in the studio right now planning new destinations and everything.
Oh, that's good. That's all good, man. So tell me, what made you come up with this show?
Oh man, first we wanted to teach people how to travel on a budget.
Right on.
With the rest of the world, because it's important that we travel and know about one another, the different cultures, the backgrounds, and the arts. And I wanted to bring that back to my neighborhood. And document it. And that's it. And we get a better view of the world that we live in, being that we travel. And I wanted to share that. And that's my gift to the world.
You know what? It's really good because you got people like me that want to travel, but when I look online, we were talking about this earlier in the show. But when I look online, everything is $3,000, $4,000, and this is like trips for like 2 and 3 days and everything like that. So, what is your advice for people like me?
Like a regular airline lets you book at least 11 months in advance.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I do. And I got a special trick for you. It's called ITA Matrix. It's like a Google search engine, and it finds you the cheapest tickets around from JetBlue to American Airlines. So you go on that, and that's what we do. We book all our flights. ITA Matrix.
All right. So, real quick, I'm sorry, my man. Who's your crew with you? Introduce your crew, homeboy.
No, my fault. That's my boy Giddy. He's a co-creator of budgeting. This the guy that keeps us fresh with the fresh budgeting and stuff.
Well, I'm trying to figure out how we can get some because I looked in the mail. I didn't see nothing. No hat, no shirt, no nothing. I was just like, dang. I know we all in Texas and y'all probably Giants fans or whatever the situation is, but I just try. Can a brother be down? That's all I'm trying to do.
Yeah, man. We looking for new people, man. Just send us your size and stuff.
I got you. So, how did this all start? I mean, how did you decide? This is what I want to do. This is the show I want to bring to people.
Oh, first, we always used to travel. We from the same neighborhood and stuff like that. And I think we went to Japan, right?
Japan and Tokyo, Japan, and
Mexico City, Italy.
Yeah, to Italy too.
Yeah. So we had an amazing time, and when we were just sitting back and we was eating, we were just like, we just need to be documented. We have to get some video cameras, and we can't take everybody with us from our hood, but the best way we knew how is to record it, and that's what we did.
So, I heard an accent. Let everybody know where you're from.
I'm from the Bronx, New York.
All y'all from the same place?
Yeah, he's from
Rockaway, Queens.
He's from Queens.
I was born in Brooklyn, but raised in the Dominican Republic.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, ain't nothing wrong with that. Hey, man, I do appreciate y'all being on the show, man. This is a good thing. So, on your show, first off, where can people see it?
Well, it's now on YouTube right now, but we just had a major meeting with the Travel Channel and the Discovery Channel about putting it on their network. So that's what it was like 3 months ago. So we just waiting to hear back from them and stuff like that.
Okay. So people can see it on YouTube. What time? What day?
What day? We trying to release an episode every month,
Right on.
like 12 p.m. afternoon. You catch it on budgeting.com, budgetingworld.com. You could go to Instagram, budgeting, everything budgeting. Just type it in, you'll find us.
I can dig it, man. Everything's the Benet Embry show, so I know what you mean.
Yeah.
So do you guys act in the capacity of like you set up trips for groups or for different people?
We're gonna start doing that, right now we're just doing it for friends and family and stuff like that. And we also trying to start a program for kids, for after school program for the Flight of Passage program. So we take like 3 kids out after every summer, and just introduce them to the world and expose them and let them know there's life beyond the hood,
I know that. I like that.
Well, I mean,
that's dope.
Because a lot of people don't know it, but some people, man, they grow up and they live their whole lives and they never travel. They never been on an airplane.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Some of them have never, just gone 2 or 3 states over and traveled or done anything. So I was asking like, what is the context? Like you're saying, you already have that in place, or that's something that you plan to do?
Yeah, we was just working on that right before we was doing this interview.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. We had the same concept all the time. Thomas used to tell us, I grew up in the hood. We was right by the projects playing basketball. We saw planes flying by, and we always thought it was impossible to get on one of these planes. We're like, what do we got to do to get on one of these planes? Until one day we found out there's only one way to do it. You got to go out there, put yourself out there, and go and get it.
That's it. The best way how to do. We know we all broke. The best way how to do it is on a budget. So.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
So if you guys were gonna take a trip, and I'm just trying to give people an idea or a context of what you're talking about. Let's just say you guys are in New York and you want to go to Vegas for just for a weekend. You could go down there Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Setting up something like that, typically, what would a person expect to spend?
Well,
get back in Vegas. So.
It all depends. See, the key to traveling and to travel on a budget is to do it in advance.
Mm-hmm.
Just like he told you, there's a search engine out there, and it's called ITA Google. And actually, you put the dates and the time that you want, and it gives you a month in advance. And it tells you exactly what day is the cheapest day to go. And that's also the best thing about that website. It's like here in New York, airports. If you go to JFK is always going to be more expensive. But if you go to LaGuardia, it'll be cheaper, and it's only 20 minutes away. You just literally drop your prices about $50 to $60. And now if you go to New York, you probably even drop it 75, and then you just take a train ride. You just spend another extra $10. You have to do your searches to like what's around the neighborhood, how to get around. Now with technology nowadays, you got your Ubers, you got your bus rides, you got your train rides. You just got to keep messing around with it, and that website kind of helps you out with everything.
Zig, you had a question?
Because like everybody's budget is different, right?
Right.
So my budget is different from his budget, and his budget is different from his budget. So I think it's also on a case-by-case basis.
True.
So, I think what we're trying to do is just try to appeal to the masses and just get that idea or notion in their head that you can do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Spread real basic information, but it's information that a lot of people don't know. So that's what we try to do.
Because I normally don't talk about it, but I do work in the airline industry. And I have for a number of years, and so it's like when you're talking about traveling, I know all about it. And people always call me and ask me, what is the best day to go online and look for flights and do these other things? And I'm telling them that, well, typically if you're traveling on a Tuesday through Thursday, you're going to get your best rate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I mean, a lot of people don't know that, and they're like, well, I want to leave on a Friday and I want to come back on a Sunday. Well, those are premium days. You go pay more for those. If you just leave a day early or come back a day later, you could really save yourself a whole hell of a lot of money.
Yep.
Yeah, and that's what we're trying to, travel on the off days, on the off, Tuesdays, and those are the best booking days,
Yeah.
And booking at, 12 in the afternoon, because that's when the prices fluctuate, or get a red eye flight.
Yeah.
That's the cheapest,
Yeah. Ziggy, you had something?
Yeah, I did. So I am curious. I love to hear about like stuff that's unexpected. So I'm interested, what are your guys' destinations that initially you weren't necessarily that excited about, but you got there and you just had an amazing time. What's a place to go that you wouldn't expect would be fun, but it's totally awesome?
Oh man,
I mean, if you ever saw our episode in Iceland, we didn't expect it to be that thrilling. We thought we was gonna go out there, we were gonna freeze to death. We had so much footage over there that we couldn't even put it all out there yet. You know, so we're waiting, and we have to go back and continue an episode again. You know,
Really?
But isn't Iceland? Iceland is like green, and Greenland is like cold.
Yeah, you're right.
And I don't think a lot of people know that.
A lot of people don't know that.
You're absolutely right about that.
No, I never thought about going to Iceland. I thought, maybe Spain or Germany or Italy or Amsterdam. Yeah, something like that. Never thought about it. James talking about it. Yeah. You should have seen his eyes. Ooh, Amsterdam. Yeah, because I'm a heroin addict, so I got want to go to Amsterdam.
Oh my God, why is he a heroin addict?
Mexico City was my best place I've been to. Because it got you hear about so much bad stuff happening in Mexico, but when we went there, the culture was so rich. They want to see people. They want to see us, black people.
Right on.
I was taking pictures with babies and we was like celebrities out there. So
shout out to Mexico.
Oh yeah, Mexico City.
Yeah. It was cool. We bumped into these guys who were on the Pachuca Boros team, which is a soccer team out there.
Yeah.
And it was cool just because we were just hanging out, chilling. They gave us, they invited us to the game. So we went over to Pachuca. We got backstage access.
Oh man.
We met the players. We got shirts, autograph, free merchandise. So it was just, it was like an unexpected. It just ended up working out for us. And then just go to Mexico City, and then even like with the reputation behind Mexico and stuff like that. It just ended up being a better trip than expected. So it was good. And then and for the most part, that's how most of our trips have been, right?
Yeah,
right.
We just go down there, with some expectation, and it just ended up being like a dream trip. You just keep happening.
So when you guys go and you do the trips, I'm saying you're talking about your show. Do you guys, have like clips of where you've been on site? Let's say it's in Mexico and Iceland. Is that part of the show that you guys do?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We actually have some of them on YouTube.
Okay.
And if you actually look at it, what we do is that we don't really follow the media like that. Media portrays an image, like they were saying. Like if you ever see movies, you always hear Mexico City, cartels, killing, dying.
Right.
When we went out there, those people were more welcoming than anything. They took us to the games. They took us to see things that we never even thought was possible out there.
Yeah, and they finding like pyramids still underground that they don't want people to see.
Yeah,
so I found that rather interesting. I was like, why are they holding out on that? And they telling that it's killings out there and kidnappings. They don't want us to see all the pyramids and the golds that they finding under the ground and temples, new temples. It's crazy out there.
So, question, real quick. So, in today's society, and I'm gonna get a tad bit political on you. On today's society, the places that you travel that you hear about in the news, Mexico City, or I don't know if you've been to Africa or not, or whatever the situation is. What is the biggest myth that you would like to dispel about those places that we here in America hear about on the news?
That's a good question. The myth is what you believe in. Because if you don't actually go out there, you know what it is? People like to go out to these places and sometimes love to be too flashy.
Right.
Be yourself. Stop trying to be too flashy. Stop trying to do something that that's not what you do everyday life. Some people go outside, spend hundreds of dollars just to look cool for that vacation. When you go out to someone else's country, show respect to that country.
Right
be who you are. You don't need to be flashy. They wanna know the real you, not the fake you. And by you just being yourself and going up to there, just saying hi to the people. Hey, how you doing? Show that you want to be welcome in their country. They welcome you back, and they show you that love back. And that's exactly how we get along. We go to these places, and most of the time we don't do most of the tourist stuff. We go to the people. We say, hey, what do you do on your normal day here?
Right on.
What do you do on a weekend? Or what do you do during the week? Let us know how that feels. why you go through what you go through. We want to experience that. And then we tell you about our culture. And then that's how we start developing and learning about everybody else's culture.
Yeah, and not only that, just like in Mexico City, they embrace me, and you know, people of our background, because they only see us on TV. So I think it's probably kidnappers and stuff like that, but I didn't see anything out there. So I think that's like the biggest myth, you know, and we should go out. They want to see us, so we need more people like us traveling.
Right.
That's what we need to budgeting is about. You know?
All right, gentlemen, we ain't gonna take all your time up tonight, but I do have a couple of follow-up questions for you. So each of you, what is your dream trip? Where would you like to go?
Ooh, well, I want to go to Haiti.
Dig it.
I know it's right there, but it's Haiti because I never seen like a great video of Haiti. You always hear about it as being poor.
Right, right.
So I'm wondering if that's a myth or not. You know what I'm saying? And I want to get out there and probably make a documentary over there. You know, and that'll probably be the next destination for me.
What about you, gentlemen? What about you two gentlemen?
I'll say maybe the last wildlife in the world, Antarctica. So,
you know what? This cat, my co-host, he was talking about going up to was it Alaska? And,
no, I've always wanted to go see the Northern Lights, but I know you have to kind of go during the summer, and it's kind of hard because I got little kids and I got other stuff going on.
Yeah, crazy as hell. It's too cold.
That's why you go during the summer.
But the Northern Lights, you can go to Canada and see them too.
Yeah, but you just need to go during the summer. I mean, that's just one of those things. I could pop up to Canada, next week. I mean, it ain't no big deal, but I'm just saying that's something I want to do. I just hadn't got around to doing it.
Hey, what about you, sir?
That stuff too.
Yeah, for me, where I would like to go, I'm an animal lover. Growing up from here, and I mean, being born over here and living in Dominican Republic, I was always used to having a farm life and everything. So I like to experience it and see the culture, what's out like in Australia. Start messing with the koala bears and the kangaroos and all that. That's my dream, to go out there. I know they've been out there. This is one trip they got to take me to one day.
I gotta bring
Man, you go get your ass kicked by a kangaroo. Damn shame.
So, ladies and gentlemen, the show is budgeted. It's on YouTube. All you got to do, you see it across their shirt, put it in, follow them. Last question, gentlemen. I guess you kind of answered this. What is the experience that you hope to give everybody? I like the fact that you said the culture. I like the fact of saying that, hey, when we were growing up, we didn't think we could do it. Now we're doing it. What do you want to tell people that, if they have these reservations about traveling or whatever the situation is?
Yeah. So, it's just about experiencing, and travel for me is about, you don't have to have everything, but have a little bit of everything in life, and put that together and you will have like a peaceful life. You don't have to have the best car, the biggest house, just have a little bit of everything, That's what traveling did for me. So go out there and explore, and that's it right there.
One more, tell people how to follow you and tell people how to watch your show once again, sir.
You go to budgetingworld.com. You see us on YouTube. You see us on Instagram. You just keep following us everywhere. Everywhere you find the word budgeting in, you type it in and you'll follow us. And just to continue on what Thomas was saying, what we try to do, to be honest with you, is that as you can see how the world is developing now, everybody's all into this spam about having the top of the line clothing, top of the line cell phone. They waste all their money on stuff that
Agreed.
That people start buying Jordans, right? Back then it was Jordan's hot thing, so the hottest sneakers right now. They spend about $200 or $300 buying these sneakers, right? But all it does is take them to one corner of the block and then they get shot and they die. And they didn't experience nothing yet, While I spend $5 on a sandal on Old Navy's, I'm out in the Dominican Republic chilling, because I saved all this money. I just saved myself like $250, $295, and I travel different places of the world. We don't need to look like we tell you. You don't need to look flashy out there. We go to show all these kids that you have a lifetime of memory. What we experience.
I like that. Lifetime of memory.
That's right, because what we experience is what we're giving out to the world now, and we've shown that it is possible. It's showing that we came from the hood. We came straight from the hood to be able to make it out in life, to get on a plane and show that people like us could make it out there. It's just not the 5 boroughs, because just like you guys were saying, that's what we thought it was at the very beginning. Growing up in New York, I thought, whoa, shoot, there was nothing more than New York, Queens, Brooklyn, until we decided to make it happen.
Yep, that's
Right.
it.
All right, my man. Well, we appreciate y'all joining us tonight. Now, look here. Y'all thought I was playing about the shirts? Soon as
Y'all need to charge him up about sending some of our shirts.
So when
He needs an extra. He
need a
extra.
Lord,
large.
she got 3X.
He needs a 5X. He needs a 5X. He needs a 5X.
You see how they do me? You see how they do me? I'm going with y'all. I'm joining y'all show. That's what I'm doing.
He needs a 5X.
So once again, we do thank y'all, man, for for joining us tonight. And what I would love to do is when y'all go on one of these trips, for us to do a follow-up interview wherever you decide to go, so we can show people the experience that you have, and just maybe 5 or 10 minutes. I know you be enjoying yourself, so we don't want to work you too hard, just to show them exactly what we're talking about, if you don't mind.
Got to, yeah, of course.
Anytime.
Yep, anytime, man.
All right, man.
Thanks for having us, man. This is a blessing.
Awesome song.
It's a blessing on both sides of the world.
Yeah. All right, my man.
All right, thank you guys.
We thank y'all for tuning in. Hey, we thank y'all for joining us tonight. Hey, and I'm gonna follow up with y'all for real, okay?
I already clicked on Instagram following you guys.
All right, cool.
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is the man. You watch their show, they would teach you to travel on a budget, and
Travel on a budget.
people like me need it.
You need it? No, you need to get your passport, bro.
Well,
That's the first damn thing you need to
Wait,
do.
how you talking about going to the Caribbean? You ain't got no passport.
It was on. Well, first off, it was a U.S. territory,
No,
so I
the,
didn't need
the Caribbean, no, the Virgin Islands.
Whatever, it was island.
Are you going somewhere or not?
Probably not.
Are you going somewhere or not? Like, has a ticket been bought?
The
A
ticket
date
has not been
in
bought.
stone. Okay, then you're not going.
Well, no, what Nikki I have to budget.
But he gave you a good tip that ITA Matrix.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
but
check it
here's
out.
the thing though. Don't be looking at planning trips until you get a passport. Because here's the thing: you got to know that you can actually get a passport.
Oh, I know I can get a passport.
Are you sure?
What as of September 1st, I can.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
You positive?
I'll be warrant free.
Okay.
No more surcharges for me.
All right. Well, you
Thank
need,
you, Texas.
You need to get that passport before you start planning trips.
I don't know, man. I'm scared. Listen,
No, this
ever
is-
since I
just-
came
just-
back from
just go to
Saudi
break. Just go to break.
No, ever since I came back from Saudi Arabia, I've been very leery leaving the continental United States.
I don't know why.
Because shit, I was 6 months, 4 days, and see number saying I was pretty much.
No, but I don't think that's where you going. Are you?
Yeah, I don't think you want to go to Saudi Arabia.
No, I don't want to go back to Saudi Arabia, but I'm just saying, man.
You want to go to like a nice beach and lay out
Have
you
and walk
seen his-
around with
Have you seen his
walk
Now,
around
you see-
hopefully with your shirt on.
Wait a minute. See, first off, ladies and gentlemen, when I start talking shit, Nikki be like,
Not take off your shirt.
Nikki's like,
Oh,
why
your
you
shirt.
bullying him? See, the light skin shit. We finna
Do
go to
not
break.
take off
You're
your
tuned
shirt.
in live.
Break. So you didn't listen, damn go. You should have went on and
You're
listened.
tuned in live to the Benet Embry show.
Should have listened. Hell.
Watch your tongue, it's a double-edged sword. This goes out to my homegirl Holly. Anti-bullying anthem. We miss you, baby girl. Rest in peace. I'm laying around, I'm working hurt. Just laid my grandpa in the ground. I drove the shovel in the dirt. Now I'm sweating tears on hollow ground. Dark glasses hiding my eyes. I'm trying to make my daddy proud. Hoping they don't see me cry as they lower my father down. So my daddy wasn't in my world, and so they handed me to Earl. And that's the why your boy survived to be your daddy in this world. And that's what brought me to this place. Got my palms up to my face. One way I control my rage is giving you just a little taste. Holly was a little thing. Smile as big as all outside. Legend that could brighten days. Eyes like a starry night. She got mixed up with a real chump. I never met a bigger punk. A fake player, wanna be thug. Hidden worked around the dump. Put her through pain and suffering. Made her relive her past again. Angels, demons fight for life. Tell me, who do you let in and win? And so I close my eyes and pray that God give me just one more day. And please keep the devil at bay when Holly left, the angels say.
On the day I leave, the night I go, bury me, God rest my soul. Let the angels sing, Gabe's trumpet blow.
Soon as she posted and pushed her over the line, for the barrel in the mouth, for the closing of her eyes, for the squeezing of the trigger, the bullet through her mind. The memory of a smile, for the laughter took away, for the daughter of the mother, for the tears on Mother's Day, for the mother of the daughter slash mother in the grave, for that karma gonna get ya the day on Judgment Day. For every time a name is mentioned, thinking of a face, for every time a name is often defended from your disgrace, for all these answers that we are seeking without a trace, for every time I pray that I don't put this pistol to your face, for the fact inside admittedly I'm mad at her too, and for the fact inside I know I can't put all this blame on you, and what you did sure as hell didn't stop her from making the call that the life she had was worse than living no life at all.
On the day I leave, the night I go, bury me, God rest my soul. Let the angels sing, Gabe's trumpet blow. Let the beat play on the day I leave, the night I go, bury me, God rest my soul. Let the angels sing, Gabe's trumpet blow. Let the beat play on.
Don't lay me down to sleep, with a little my soul to keep. Give it out before I wake, with a little my soul to take. And if I should live to see, another day just got my feet. Forgive me where I fail you, life is hell and then we leave. I know up to no good, gangster poet, that's how I'm looked upon. I did a lot of wrong and I confess it through song. And yeah, I try to move on, but I'm steady dragging my feet, cause my feet part of these streets and it's hell. Feel the heat, but when I'm close to defeat, I'm feeling an angel touching my shoulder, making me bolder when my shoulders seem heavy like cold boulders and cold shoulders. And the ones who boast to love you the most, they be the hardest ones to look past when you held them so close. You gotta hold yourself higher than watch the liars perspire. You put yourself on the pedestal, be the strongest one tired. You wasn't promised tomorrow, better live today for the day. Don't waste your time pleasing unpleasant folks, they hate anyway. Scripture. Remember when they smile, it doesn't mean that they your friend. Most of the time they're really just waiting on you to slip and fall again. You want people you got that hate, the more you're doing right, so just do right for yourself. And when I die, sing through the night. Y'all feel me?
The day I leave, the night I go, bury me, just God rest my soul. Let the angels sing, Gabe's trumpet blow.
Nobody ever has a right to tell you you ain't nothing. Alright, don't ever let what somebody else says determine your worth.
God rest my soul. Let the
God don't make no jump.
Gabe's trumpet blow.
Y'all got me?
On the day I leave,
for all you bullies out there,
bury me, God rest my soul. Let the angels sing, Gabe's trumpet blow.
you need to watch out. You don't ever know what's gonna happen with that little kid if you can't bully him. What he's gonna do when he grows up.
What made you pick me?
I liked your picture.
What?
You had this sad look on your face. I felt sorry for you.
Damn. So what happens tonight?
Did you think we were gonna have sex?
Nah, look at you. No. I thought we were gonna hang out, maybe get to know each other.
You're swerving a little bit back there. Go ahead and ask you to step out of the vehicle for me. Get on the ground!
Are you serious?
Why is he under arrest?
Just chill, just chill! Get back in the car, you're going to jail too! Yeah.
What do you want?
I want to ride or die.
Cop killers! Cop killers!
It was self-defense.
There is nothing back there for us.
Oh, we're in the Black Bonnie and Clyde.
Is this y'all?
Power to the people. I ain't gonna bend the world. As long as my lady remembers me fondly, that's all I need.
Can I be your legacy?
You already are. I think everything is destined.
Hi, my name is Tracy Bonner, and you're tuned in to the Benet Embry Show.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. You're tuned in live to the Benet Embry Show. Shout out to Trace Ann Bonner. Oh, Trace Ann Bonner, she was on Queen Sugar, and she's still blowing it up out there in ATL, friend of the Benet Embry Show.
Yes,
and
yes.
also, all the music that you saw last week, all the music that you're seeing this week, will be on the movie Love Torn Between Two in a particular soundtrack, in our soundtrack. So it's almost ready, and we cannot wait to show it to the world. That being said, sex on the first date. We were kind of getting into it about that. James was talking about going in all the way in with loose coochie. So,
No,
what do you say?
no, Linda. No, Linda. You did not go there.
You did not go there.
Is that not what you said?
No, that is not what I said.
Oh, okay. I didn't,
No, I ain't said no such thing.
No.
So nasty.
That nasty.
I just remember the, I bottomed out part.
Oh my God.
Part of the conversation.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah, I'm just saying,
Was that
No, but
was that for the air?
Was
though?
that for us on air?
Well, I thought it was. We were talking about it.
No, it
we ain't giving no names.
No, it wasn't. I just said,
James, you honestly wouldn't think different about a woman if she gave it up on the first night.
Nope.
Can I just inject myself in the conversation real quick? Benet, I think that you should consider it a miracle that you have co-hosts that have lasted this long. I just want to throw that out there.
No.
But no, I mean,
absolutely
if somebody
wait a minute, as much shit as they talk to me, that's all right.
It's just a bounce back. But I mean, if like you say, if you like somebody, you like them, and I mean, everybody has their own beliefs and their values, and they say, well, I got Christian values, and I say people have Christian values, but when I don't know nobody that say, hey man, I want to go make love to my wife, and I need to put on some Mahalia Jackson, or I need to put on some.
First of all, when did Mahalia Jackson get to be the music to make love to? When did she get to be on the playlist?
I'm gonna knock this ass out to this whole Negro spiritual. Come in, girl.
Right.
Oh my God!
Nobody wants to listen.
She is not on the sex playlist.
This little
I don't know where he was.
Nobody wants to listen to Marvin Sapp when they're making love. Nobody wants to listen to Fred Hammond. So, but what I'm saying
wait a minute. How old are you?
I'm old.
Clearly,
You're right.
If these people are on your sex playlist,
wait,
you're not gonna get a whole
I'm
lot.
gonna hit a doggy style to Kurt Franklin. Come here.
You're not gonna get a whole lot
Stomp.
if it's Marvin Sapp and Fred Hammond,
and
Mahalia Jackson.
But that's what I'm saying. I'm saying that to say this is that you have people that are come in. They say, "Hey, I'm a Christian," and that's just so wrong. But what I'm saying is that if you a Christian and you trying to do something to get in the mood, you ain't listening to no Christian music.
Okay. First off, I don't think still that makes this any sense. But I think I see your point. For the simple fact is, for me, if she just cute and fine, and I know it ain't gonna be nothing else, then yeah, I'm gonna knock her ass off.
Well, wait, but what if it's not just about cute and fine? Like, what if she's no, seriously, what if she's okay and she's got a decent body, but the connection and the vibe is there. Like there's this pull, there's this sexual attraction to this woman, and y'all might not have shit in common, and you might be really thinking, damn, this broad kind of dumb. But the attraction, the sexual attraction is there, and you feel like if you touch just the right way, you might get it. Because you can tell how she's leaning into you, how she's feeling you, how she's touching on
if
you,
she's sexy,
how her hand is on your leg, or she's constantly, she's making some type of a physical connection with you, meaning by touch.
I don't know about that, Nikki, because it has. If we vibing like that, that it's more than just a sexual connection. It's more of a.
So you've never met anybody that you just wanted to have sex with?
Oh yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
I've done that shit. I've met a woman that I want to have sex with, and then on the same token, but I don't value her as much, because if I just want to have sex with you, then I'm not really paying attention to quote unquote the vibe.
But see, okay, I think we're talking two different things.
Okay.
You're going in automatically thinking, I don't want to knock this broad's back out. That's the only thing you're thinking. I'm talking about it may just
hey, for real.
Shout out to blowing backs.
Shout out to blowing backs out.
About You're going on a date with a woman and neither one of you are expecting for anything to happen, but it does. Not you saying, I'm getting some tonight, or she thinking, I'm gonna get some tonight. But you're vibing together on this first date, and you've never had it just happened moment where it wasn't planned. You didn't go on a date with this woman thinking, I'm gonna have sex with her tonight. But it just so happens that you did have sex with her that night.
Yeah. You're right, Nick. You're right. Because it has been 2.
Mm-hmm.
Matter of fact, I was going to take one up to Oklahoma and marry her.
And even people that have one-night stands. You didn't set out to have a one-night stand with somebody that night when you left the house. It just happened.
Well, we said this before. Everybody has an oops. You know, I may be chilling with my home.
But what if it wasn't even an oops? What if it was like, shit, I had a one-night stand? I had a one-night stand. It's over. It's done with. It wasn't an oops, and I don't regret it. It was just a one-night stand.
But Nikki, on the same token, I like you, you like me. We mess around and screw around on the first night. I can't say it's not a small part of me that's going to be like, I wonder how many other people she done fucked on the first night. That's going to devalue you to a certain extent. Because
and you don't think that your value in stock goes down?
And I'm not saying it don't either. I'm not saying that either. But my point is that the more you invest if you invest in this or whatever the situation is, then you have to be somewhat careful of giving too much too soon. Ain't that what you women claim to say all the time? Well, I ain't cooking for him. I just met him. I ain't doing this. I just met him. I didn't do that. I just met him. But on the same token,
I don't say that.
And then well, here's the double standard part of it. So, but yeah, if I knock it out the first night, I'm not gonna say that I'm gonna automatically think that she's a hoe, but I am going to think, wait a minute, how many people has she slept with? And she thinks the same thing about me. How many people have she slept with the first night? I mean, you know what I'm saying? You got to, and people, y'all can sit up here and talk that shit, but some part of y'all wants to know, well, I'm just screwing her now, so that's all that matters. No, you want to know what somebody else has been, especially if you finna invest time in it. The first thing you do when you go buy a car, you check the goddamn miles.
Right.
The first thing you do when you buy a house, you walk through that motherfucker and see what's out of place and what's not out of place.
But here's the thing: everybody has a past.
Everybody has a past.
Everybody has done something that they might not want to tell the whole world about. Everybody's got a past, because if you have sex on the first date, or you have sex on the 5th date, even on the 5th date, you're still gonna be thinking, who else have they been with? Who else have they done this with?
It's all about presentation, how you present. It's all about presentation, how you present yourself.
But what I'm saying is, you're still going to be thinking, who else did she smash on the 5th date, or who else got it so soon?
No.
Oh my God.
Not so soon. I'm finna block your goddamn cousin.
Oh, please don't block the cousin. Who's the cousin?
Man, let that be.
No, but.
Oh, you mad because she said don't nobody want you?
No, she always talking stupid shit, and she get on my
Chrissy
fucking
girl,
nerves.
don't nobody want him.
Okay. You talking to the woman that ain't got nobody. Anyway. So that being said,
I ain't got nothing to say.
That being said,
I'm surprised you keep viewers.
Yeah, man, it's like, damn, they can't have an opinion about him or nothing.
No,
he too damn sensitive.
No, but that one there,
we all love you, Chrissy, except Benet, apparently.
So, but Nikki, you got to say, when you dating a guy, or if you meet a guy, you don't know him. Mm-hmm. You looking for red flags. Mm-hmm. For some people, that might be a red flag.
You're absolutely right.
Now, I'm not saying it's right.
You're absolutely right.
I'm not saying it's right.
That might be a red flag for some people, but on the flip side, that may not be a red flag for some people.
I totally agree.
All I'm saying is, what works for those two people is what works for those two people.
And that is absolutely correct.
Because
I agree 1,000%.
Again, if you've had sex with somebody on the first date and it lasted 15 years, you had sex with somebody on the 10th date and it lasted for a month after the sex, just because one don't make the other one better. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's just like people think that because they go to church every Sunday and they know every scripture in the Bible, that makes them better than everybody else. And it doesn't.
That is
because
true.
A sinner is a sinner, period.
Yeah.
No matter what Bible scripture
all
you're
have
quoting,
fallen short.
everybody sins at some point. Whether you are lying to somebody when you say, oh, baby, that looks really good on you. That's a sin because you lied. Or if you're having sex with somebody that you're not married to, that's a sin. If you're lusting after someone that's not your spouse, that's a sin.
You're right.
So just because you know every scripture in the Bible does not make you better. Just because you had sex on the first date does not make you worse than the woman that did not have sex on the first date.
It does not. I agree with you on that, Nikki.
So it is a red flag for some people, but at the same time, it may not be a red flag for some people.
I agree. I agree with that. I'm just being devil's
But
advocate.
I do agree. Some women do need to hold stuff back at a certain point, because if that's her pattern, then that's different.
That's different.
If that's his pattern, that's different.
Exactly.
It may not be my pattern to have a one night stand, but that's not to say that I haven't had a one night stand. It may not be my pattern to sleep with somebody on the first date, but that's not to say that I haven't slept with somebody on the first date.
But what you're saying, I feel you're saying is that you feel like you reserve and you have the prerogative to do what you want
Exactly.
to do.
As everybody else
And
does.
her holding off on giving him sex or cooking for him or doing anything for him does not make her any more wifey material than the woman that had sex with him on the first night. Sorry, it just doesn't.
I agree.
Can't disagree with that.
No, I can't disagree with that at all. I mean, but you're going to have
Because
people.
I'm never one to say, well, I'm not going to cook for him. I'm not going to do this for him. I'm not going to do that. Because if I really like him and I enjoy spending time with him and I enjoy being with him, why not cook for him?
But see, the news flash is this right here, and this is what I believe. I've always believed it, and it's just true. Women always determine when this action is going to take place. A man don't determine that.
This is true.
Because y'all can look at us and say, you know what?
Within 5 minutes.
If he don't say nothing stupid, he can get these draws tonight.
Yeah,
If he don't open his damn mouth and mess up his vibe, he can blow my back out tonight. But
don't fuck it up.
Some dudes will just mess
it up.
And
Some
it'll be
dudes
like,
will just mess it up.
it'll be like, all right, bro. I'll call you.
I probably don't talk myself out of
Some
more.
dudes will just mess it up. But you know, my whole thing in posting the IGTV video was that, you know, women get judged on every single thing that they do.
Nikki, don't start that.
We do.
Because men
there's a double standard.
There is a double standard.
Okay, so
and
what
women
I'm
caused
saying,
it.
wait a minute. No. Some double standards are put on by men. Meaning, if a woman just wants to go out Friday night and she's looking for somebody to hook up with just because she want to have sex, that woman is a whore. She's a slut. She is what's one of the other words you give her?
Jezebel.
No, she's a hoe. She's
you know
a
what I'm
freak.
saying?
Got a different dude every
But if
day
a
of the
dude
week.
go out with his boys and on their way in the club, he's saying, dude, I'm finding somebody up in here to smash tonight. He the homeboy, he the partner. That's cool for him to say.
No, according to you women, no, because he's the dog. He's the one that done ran through everybody. He got this, he got stuff. So you're looking at the perception of a woman, but the same shit that we talk about you women is the exact same shit that y'all talk about us. Because I cannot scroll through my Facebook timeline. It's almost, that's why I posted that message the other day. I'm like, damn, I see why y'all single. Some of y'all anyway.
Who said why? What did somebody
because
say?
they're just always talking shit about what this nigga didn't do, what that nigga didn't do, and the nigga got to do this and the nigga got to do that. Listen, first off, a man ain't gonna do unless he ain't gonna do shit unless he want to do shit. The same thing with a woman.
This is true.
And then how you present yourself is how you're going to get treated, or it should be on both sides of the realm. I'm not gonna treat a woman like a queen if she's presenting herself like a bitch. Period. Point blank.
But what
and
if
you
she
shouldn't treat a man.
But what if she presents herself like a queen, like a classy woman, and again you're just on this date and things are vibing, and she invites you back to her place for a glass of wine, or he invites you back to her place, and she's very
right. I agree.
She's very womanly. There's nothing ratchet about her. She's not talking with her nails and snatching all in the air and getting all ratchet with it. She's just she's a very classy woman. It just so happens that y'all have sex.
If she's a classy woman, then that's gonna shine throughout, regardless of that. I totally agree with that. If he's a good man, then that's gonna shine out because people are. It's not so much what you say nowadays. It's got to be what you actually do.
Because here's the thing, not all women are actually going on a date for a free meal.
Nikki, that's 90% of it though.
90%?
I would say 90%.
What?
That's 90%. I would say that because Nikki, I'm telling you, I have homegirls. Oh, I'm going out with Mark because he gonna take me here. Don't go out now. I'm tired of Mark ass. He ain't gonna. He's just gonna take me to Applebee's. This nigga over here, we going upscale. We going the goddamn Cheesecake Factory or Foco de Chao or whatever the situation is. Women have made it impossible for men to date because the expectations and the double standard with us. I've seen women talk so much shit about dudes, and they are good, righteous brothers. He might not have a BMW. He may have a goddamn Cutlass. It's paid for, and he got a house. Shit, I ain't going there. I don't know there. He may have 3 kids, and he's taking care of his kids. Oh, he ain't got no money for me. He may have a house. Ain't no 2-story house where me and my kids gonna go, or whatever the situation is.
He got 3 baby mamas.
I didn't factor that into the scenario.
Okay.
Well, if he might have 3 baby mamas. If a woman has more, now for me,
that's a deal breaker for me.
Yeah, if I meet a woman and she got more than 2 baby daddies, I'm gonna be looking real suspect.
I mean, I don't mind you having 3 kids. I mind you having 3 baby mamas because those kids come with mamas, and I do not have the time or the energy. You know what I'm saying? I do not have the time or the energy to deal with 3 baby mamas. I dealt with a baby mama when I was married. I was younger. I dealt with it. I'd be damned if I deal with that shit now.
Was it that bad of an experience?
It was that bad of an experience.
Man. And James,
I'm definitely not going to deal with 3. You got 3 small kids. Those kids come with a mama. And each one of those mamas probably don't like each other. So they probably not going to like me. So no, that's a deal breaker for me.
He doing all that shit for her kids.
Yeah, he doing all this for his new bitch.
Yeah, she doing all of that. He doing all of that.
And she would be light white, damn near white. Yeah, no ma'am.
That sounds like a person. That sounds like a person experience, Nikki.
Pretty.
That sounds like a personnel experience.
That is definitely a deal breaker for me.
Ladies and gentlemen, I got to say this before we take our next break. This Sunday, I went to Neo Soul Sunday. Shout out to Comedian Q. Shout out to Herschel Cooper, a.k.a. HC3. Shout out to... what did I say?
I don't know what you said.
HC3.
Okay.
And shout out to...
It's HCENT. HC Entertainment.
I thought it was HC3. I
thought it was HCENT3. For HC Entertainment?
Shout out to Herschel. The cat from Kansas City.
Cooper.
Herschel Cooper. And shout out to Corey from DallasBlack.com. Hey man.
Yes.
It was nice. It was just people that vibing. They had a dope band.
Did you go with the wife?
No. I just shot through there.
Okay.
Yeah, I just shot.
I've seen the videos, like when Corey does the live video, and it looks really cool. Like people are just chilling. It's not like a club scene.
No,
you know what I'm saying? It's just chilling.
It's just
everybody's
nice
sitting down. You got the band
really
playing. Yeah.
Nice vibe, and it was at the.
And I've thought about going. It's just so far.
Oh, well, it's right down the street from me. So
it's
I
not
was
down the street from me.
It's almost
I live in Las Colinas.
Yeah,
That's like 30-minute
nice.
drive.
I mean, there was celebrities there. Shout out to Spinnerella and the comedian some more. Q was there, doing the host with the most, talking to every damn body. It was a nice upper echelon, non-drama field. Just come here, have a couple of drinks, vibe to the music, and chill out. So I encourage every single solitary person and all over, and I especially like it because it's up there by me. So you got McKinney, Frisco, Little Lamb, the Colony, Louisville, Prosper, all that stuff. Hey man, come and support these cats. Neo Soul Sundays, right there at the Blue Martini. I think I'm saying it right. If it's not,
that's it. Blue Martini.
Yeah, the Blue Martini, man. This is a really nice spot. So y'all be sure and check that out, and make sure you go and make it do what it do. That being said, ladies and gentlemen, we got to take our last break for the evening, and then we're coming back and we're getting political because I have some questions for James, and I'm pretty sure he got some things he got to say about nobody's.
About their president.
I didn't even say president. I'm like what's the chick say? I will forever call him the occupant.
Who said that?
The occupant of the White House.
The occupant of the White House.
45
Oh,
or something.
okay. Yeah. Well, discuss your occupant.
Right.
Yeah.
So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, you tuned in live to the Benet Embry Show. I'll be right back. Hey man, how the fuck?
We'll be right back.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I say, Niggas do shit, man, it always seem real. Later on in life, you find that shit ain't even what it is. That's when you gotta open your eyes and realize this shit ain't no surprise, man. It's real ass shit, homie. Big homie, little homie. Keep that shit real, you know what I'm talking about?
Shot on the beat.
On the other side, it was fuck them niggas on the other side.
Woke up like shine on these niggas, gotta grind on these niggas. They waiting on me, no time for these niggas. Gotta ride on these niggas, they been hating on me. Ain't too many homies, see most of them phony. And I'm living proof, one deep, am I lonely? They switched up on me, but that's what bitches do. My baby mama told me, get that paper. Never realized everybody else was trying for a favor. Looking over my shoulder, got something to hold you, don't make a bad move. Not scared of paranoia, get your head cracked like a cashew. Stay on my toes like dance shoes, bring it to your dough like it's fast food. Serve niggas dimes with my bread low, fuck being broke, make the cash move. Flipping bitches, I did that, keep it player, I lived it. True enough, I was fucking up, but never brought it back where my kids at. Boss nigga, I just sit back, smokes in the pack and I flip that. Low key, I might score 3, never sell a zip where I live at. Niggas sweeter than the Kit Kat, all that bumping mean you tryna compensate. Family or another nigga, bitch, be the only time I'm tryna conversate. For real.
It was fuck them niggas on the other side. And for my people, I was down the ride. I watched a lot of niggas change on me, but let them switch up on the same only. It was fuck them niggas on the other side. And for my people, I was down the ride. I watched a lot of people change on me, but let them switch up on the same old thing.
Dipping through traffic, eyes on what while delivering this package. Know I've been tripping, but I gotta have it. Can't miss no money, dog, I got a family. I wasn't listening, try not to panic. All lady keep asking me what's the matter. I was dead broke, couldn't give her no answer. Attitude bad, couldn't afford to get pampers. Wasn't trying to borrow, wasn't asking for shit. Niggas love to see you down on your dick, feeling like whatever might hit me a lick. Never locked in my ear, trying to set me up quick. Young nigga, do what you gotta do. I ain't have a lot of money or a lot of food. Find out what's really real when that pressure hit. Either stand up like a man or sit down and piss. I'ma stand up like a 10. Yeah, I'm talking 10 toes, nigga. I ain't slip, stumble, bend, trip, or ever fall, nigga. I ain't know somebody gon' help me up. I understand, you gotta carry your own weight if you a man.
It was fuck them niggas on the other side. And for my people, I was down the ride. I watched a lot of niggas change on me, but let them switch up on the same only. It was fuck them niggas on the other side. And for my people, I was down the ride. I watched a lot of people change on me, but let them switch up on the same old me.
I've lived in a world of death. I've watched people I've loved die. Some fast with a bullet. Some not enough left to bury.
Yeah, I'm gonna take my horse to the old town road. I'm gonna ride till I can't no more.
All these years I've kept my secrets. But the time has come to face my past. And if it comes looking for me, they will welcome death. I want revenge.
Ride till I can't no more. Nobody tell me nothing.
I want them to know that death is coming. And there's nothing
Ladies, it's so good to see you again. I am Professor Petty, and welcome back to Petty History. So we're gonna jump into the very first question. What sign are you most compatible with? Brittany, Cancers, because we're lovable and we get along with everybody. Not quite what I'm looking for. Stephanie, the stop sign. Because we always... Never mind. Keisha, what sign are you most compatible with? The dollar sign. That is correct. Cha-ching. All right, let's go into the very next question. Quote a woman's biggest lie. Brittany, well, technically women don't lie, so... Now, that is true. That is true. Women, we do not lie. We don't lie.
Oh, yeah.
But that's not what I'm looking for. Stephanie, dang. I don't get paid till next week. Not quite. Keisha, quote a woman's biggest lie. I'm fine. Have fun. I am not mad. Girl, extra credit for Keisha. That is correct. Very good. All right, third and final question. If you had one wish, what would it be? All right, Brittany, come on. I'd wish to be rich. That's not what I'm looking for. That's not what I'm looking for. Stephanie, to make an impact on the world and world peace. Keisha, if you had one wish, what would it be? You got it. You got it. I wish a nigga would. That is correct. Very good, Keisha. And that concludes today's class of Petty History.
Okay, here they go. This your boy Jackie Long, and I'll never do you wrong, and you tuned in to the Benet Embry Show. Yeah, yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen.
Like that. Y'all just, I mean, if you don't like it, you just don't know. You just
I
too
like
young.
it. You know, you get. I left the way you just get so excited. Oh shit! What's that video with that guy in the car, and they hear it, and he just starts snatching his son around and shit like that.
I don't know.
Oh, so anyway, ladies and gentlemen, you heard the theme music, so you know what time it is. It is time for our political segment. It's time for James Kane to get on his soapbox.
What's up? What's up, man? You said you had a question. What's your damn question?
No, because I just was so concerned why this whole Jeffrey, what is it, Epstein or whatever his name is?
Yeah.
You know, and people are like, I'm like, who gives a fuck? He's dead.
But do y'all think he committed suicide?
I don't think he
Or do you
committed
think
suicide.
someone killed? You think one of the guards had something to do with it?
He's a pedophile. Who cares if he killed himself or if somebody else killed him? Whoever did it, thank you.
Excuse me.
No, I mean,
Thank you. I appreciate it.
It's like this.
One less
Nikki.
evil in the world.
No, you're in a facility. You're in a cell by yourself. You're segregated from population, and you done hung out with Trump. You got some allegations that were bad enough that they wouldn't give you bail, and then you've been on suicide watch, which means they got a camera in your room. They done removed anything that you could hang yourself with or hurt yourself with. And you know when you go to jail, they take your damn shoestrings from you, dog.
Right.
Yeah.
They take your belt from you. They, you know, anything that you might have to
Right.
hurt or harm yourself, they take it from you. So how did this dude commit suicide? Unless somebody either killed him or how did he kill himself in that cell?
I still don't care. He was a pedophile.
I care because the dude had some information. He was being held without bail, and you got some information. You done hung with Donald Trump, the highest office in the land, and now you come up dead. And then you have people that come in and say, well, he knew some dirt on the Clintons. And he may have known and hung and done some dirt with.
So
the
what do
Clintons.
you tell those people, those young ladies that was victimized by him? Because I think they kind of get lost up in the mix because they looking for some type of justice and whatever. If you're a pedophile, then I just really think you. Although people are trying to argue now, that's a type of sexuality.
Are they
or whatever the situation is? I mean, fuck. He molested girls, little bitty girls. He helped other people molest other girls. Fuck him. He's dead. I don't understand what the big to do is.
Are they looking for justice, or did the dude die because of what he know, or what he's seen? And I mean, you say he's dead, but I'm just saying, wouldn't you want to know the truth? If you were one of those little girls, he's dead. Dead men tell no tales. So it's not going to be an investigation. It's not going to be anything to where they can get retribution now because he's dead.
You don't think there'll be an investigation into it?
Oh, shit. It's going to be an investigation.
You don't think so?
Shit.
Please.
Man, it's going to be an investigation.
This is America. It won't be no investigation. The dude is dead. They have some allegations. He committed suicide. And they go back and they go look at his records.
And you know what I tell you, it's going to be an investigation when the president retweets the conspiracy theory or what he believes is the truth.
Right.
Somebody finna investigate that shit.
Okay, you know what? Every time a black man in this country gets shot, they do a damn investigation. And what is the result? Ain't nobody guilty. Ain't nobody committed no crime.
Mr. Kane,
ain't nobody charged.
Mr. Kane, this is not a black man. This is a man of wealth and power who supposedly had dirt on a former president, a current president, and the politics are going to demand and dictate some type of investigation is going to be done.
Man, you are out of your damn mind if you think these folks are going to investigate their own. The man is dead. They not go, what else you want us to do?
I think they're going to try to find out how he died.
Yeah. They'll try to find out how he died. But those girls that whatever he harmed,
but those girls
hurt,
still,
they ain't get nothing.
Right, but they still said that they are still moving forward with getting justice for what happened to him.
Okay,
I'm pretty sure this man has some type of an estate or money.
He did.
So
he's a billionaire, right?
They still want
multi-millionaire.
I'm pretty sure they're gonna want some type of financial compensation.
Right, and then it's like, so you go a dead man, you go sue his estate to get what?
His money.
Yeah, because they did say that they are still seeking justice.
They gonna be
even
seeking,
though he died.
They gonna be seeking some justice, but they gonna get some injustice.
They still want him to be
gonna
known as guilty.
Right. He never stood trial. Legally, they ain't gonna do nothing. And I mean, it's sad. And I think that's the unfortunate part. And I think that's what it all boils down
He
to.
never did say. So technically, he was waiting trial. So he's not.
He was bad enough that they wouldn't let him out of jail on bond because he had done this thing before. Now, they had dirt on him before and they didn't do nothing. Trump's AG right now was the one that gave him a sweetheart deal for, some molestation, some indecency with a minor and all this stuff. He got probation.
Then was he a Catholic priest?
No, probably a little worse.
Oh, okay.
But he got probation for that, man. How do you molest somebody and get probation?
Money talk.
Money talk, right. He got
walk.
off on that. And so when it came back up this time around with all this other stuff swirling, the dudes go, dude, he's dead. They go say, he's dead. What else do y'all want? The big bad wolf is no longer in the neighborhood. What else do y'all want? You got the satisfaction of knowing that the universe, whatever you call it, God, the devil, or whatever, karma has served its purpose, and the man is not here to hurt or harm anybody anymore. What else do you want us to do? And then they'll say, well, we want restitution for what happened to us. And they say, well, no, you just want to get paid. You never wanted restitution. You never wanted things right. You never wanted justice. You just wanted to get paid. And they go fight it because that's what estates will do.
Hey, man, I'm going with Nick Shady here. There's going to
They're going to investigate how he died.
They're going to
I think so.
And they're going to say he choked himself or he found some way to make a noose. I can tell you what it's going to be right now. He choked. How you gonna choke yourself if you found some way to make a noose in there with your shirt or something else, and you did that to yourself and he died? It was self-inflicted.
So I'm just tripping because they trying to tie this shit into the Clintons. But according to what's out there, he had a whole list of folks that he was taking on his little private plane and, you know, doing the hoochie coo with 5-year-olds and shit and all of that stuff and setting up all of this stuff. He was like what is it? He was a rich ass pimp. He's one.
Do you think this stuff is new?
Oh no.
Okay, because I'm saying that if we want to, we can talk about what this man did, or we can talk about what men do every day. There's some cultures in the world where you can go to Malaysia and you can get you a hotel room, and if you want a 12-year-old little boy in that room and you spending the money, a 12-year-old little boy be in that room for your sexual pleasure if that's what you want in some countries. Because they don't value children, they don't value humans, and they see it as something that's just, hey, it's just a thing that you do. Well, and you got all kind of strange freaks around the world that like that stuff.
We got that here in this country. You know, they say the sex trafficking trade in the U.S. is one of the biggest on the face of the planet because of the money that people, you know, they kidnap. From what I've seen on these documentaries, they kidnap women from all over the world, bring them over here to the U.S., put them on the street, make them call girls, put them on the internet or whatever the situation is, just because, you know, sex, the sex business is $1 billion a year, from videos to toys to prostitution to everything. I think that's why prostitution is not legal throughout the entire U.S. because, hey, there's no way to monitor it or track it.
They do it in Nevada.
They do it in Nevada.
In certain counties.
They do it in Nevada in certain counties, but there's no way to monitor and monitor or track it or even tax it. But if they ever figure out a way to do that,
they didn't figure that out.
Please believe.
Just like they're doing with marijuana. That's the whole thing with legalizing marijuana. Is all about, you know, monetizing it. So I mean, you know, people say, and people go do what they want to do, man. Honestly, but this dude, like I say, I don't think the dude committed suicide. I think he was killed. I can't prove that.
Right on.
Neither can anybody else, because if you're on suicide watch, they got a camera that's watching you, and somebody's getting paid to watch you in one of the most secure prison facilities in the United States. You tell me that this man that was on suicide watch committed suicide. Then we find out, newsflash, hey, they had just taken him off suicide watch the day before. Well, who is the doctor that made that evaluation and take him off suicide watch, and then he committed suicide?
I got a question. Me and you were talking about this in the car today.
Okay.
Nikki, when, at what age, and where did you learn about economics?
School.
You learned in school? You took an economics class in college, or they had it in high school?
In like junior high.
Okay. Well, this is what me and James were talking about.
Junior high,
it was government and economics.
Not elementary.
No, it was
high school.
Because wasn't the government one semester, economics the next?
Well, yeah, and it was only one semester. But my whole point is that me and James, we were talking on the phone today, and we were talking about, you know, money. And I said, you know, when these kids get into, you know, college, because when I went to college, you know, they start throwing credit cards at you, not knowing what's going to, you know, the repercussions of just spending all that money with the high interest rate with all these student loans and whatever the situation is. There was no, I didn't know what a APR was until I got later. I didn't know what the Dow was. I didn't know what a 401k was, or, you know, anything of an investment value. So me and James were talking about that, about different things, who can afford what, I can afford this, and everything like that. So I just wanted to know what the deal is, because James' daddy was always good with money. Always.
My daddy was just cheap. He's cheap. He was tight. He didn't spend money on nothing. If it was up to him here, we'd still be renting a damn house somewhere in North Tyler.
Oh, wow.
That's because my daddy wasn't going to spend money on nothing. He was like the minimalist. You know, you could have a big ass hole in the carpet. Hey, I need to walk around that hole, put a rug over that. He didn't care nothing about that. But it's some people that are that way. But then, like you say, you have to have a balance, because growing up, Nikki, I mean, I feel like, yeah, you know, it was to an extreme. But when you start talking about money and finances, I think you got to find a balance.
Well, I know we kind of lost you a second, ladies and gentlemen. We were talking about, is $15 enough? Because we were
$15 an hour.
Right. We were
salary.
talking about Trump and jobs, and I said the jobs that he's providing is not enough to live on. because he loves to say, I'm bringing jobs back, but the poverty level has not changed in the U.S. since he's taken office. Now, if he's bringing all these jobs back, and these jobs are supposed to be paying good money, then I would see more people buying houses, I would see more people doing this, I would see more, but it's still basically stagnant. What type of jobs is he actually bringing? Because that's exactly what he's going to use for 2020.
Right.
And you got everybody else of power and influence who would never work at one of those jobs.
Well, okay, let's talk about jobs. Okay. So, and this was one of the things that I did want to talk about. Down in Mississippi, they raided a food processing plant.
Right.
And they took 600 and some people to jail. Immigration and customs. They come in and they bust these guys. They say you got all these illegals working. And so they go and they arrest all these illegal people that are working in this chicken processing plant. Who run the plant that hired them? Nobody that's running the damn plant gets arrested.
Nope.
Only the workers.
They'll get a fine, but that'll be it.
No, but what I'm saying is that if, and let's just say it's Bo Pilgrim or Purdue or somebody, whatever this company is that hired all these people, if you arrest, you go and say, well, you know what? Everybody in this front office is getting arrested because you hiring somebody that's illegal is a felony. You being in this country as an illegal is not necessarily a felony.
Mr. Kane, refresh me. Didn't the occupant hire some undocumented workers?
He got undocumented workers working at his facilities.
Okay. All right.
But when you come in, and what I'm saying is that they have a program, to come in and to the E-Verify, to come in and do all this other stuff with people to come in and get into the workforce. You got to go through this process, present. I had to do it. Mm-hmm. To present your birth certificate, you got to go and you got to prove all this stuff up. But how do these people that run these companies, they don't have no liability for all these illegal people working there, but these illegal people, because Nikki, this was a sad story.
Right.
They arrested them during the day,
right,
and there were literally hundreds of little kids
that
didn't have nobody to pick them up from school.
I saw that.
No, they didn't. The community had to step in and say, we got to go and do something to feed these kids. The kids were frantic. They were crazy because it's like, here I am, I'm in school. I go to school, and now my mom and daddy are gone. And what did they have to do? They had to let some of them out, man, because it was like, what are we going to do?
Yeah.
Who going to take care of all these kids?
Yeah.
I just think
no consequences for the corporation. The company.
I really think that there needs to be some type of compassion. Of course, no, we can't have open borders where we let everybody come. There needs to be a process. But on the same token, as I was talking to one of my a friend, somebody I know, and and I was like, I understand what you're saying, because if I'm driving my car and I'm drunk and my child is in the car, I get arrested. Of course, they're going to take the child. They're going to take me away from my child. But on the same token, my child is over here. They have family, friends. They have some type of support system. I don't agree with taking a child, you not being able to see your child and have any idea of what's going on with your child for months or even years to that effect. You have no type of you have no type of nothing. So with that being said, I mean, this whole immigration shit is really tricky. And I think both sides, both the left and the right, have went to extremes on both ends.
Well, you can't have open borders.
Right.
We have rules and we have laws, but let's not pick and choose who we go enforce the damn laws on.
Totally agree.
Because what I'm saying is that it's no way that this company, because I guarantee you, if you go arrest the CEO of a damn major corporation that's hiring all these illegal people, then guess what that CEO is going to say? We ain't hiring nobody that don't come through this government process and get checked out to verify that they're legal to work here.
Homeboy.
But when they do that, they come in, they pay these people next to nothing.
Right.
And then they come in and they say, well, we do that so that you can get your food cheaper. And it's like, you know what? And people say, oh, you just saying that. Man, everybody is not going to be a homeowner. Everybody,
which I don't agree with. That's something else we got into.
Because
we all supposed to have, if you so choose to, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness.
Dude, listen. Okay, you say the same thing. You go to another country and say, well, everybody should be homeowners. That is not your birthright in America to be a damn homeowner.
But you should have the option. If not only, you should have the opportunity to.
You do have the option.
Because if you paying, I told you, we said this on the phone. I have a family member that's paying the same amount of rent as I do in mortgage, and they don't own that property.
But when your credit ain't worth a damn, that's what you gotta do.
That's what we're talking about.
And it don't matter
There's
if you 30 years old or you 60 years old.
Agreed. That's why we got into the discussion about in school or in college, nobody taught us about credit.
Somebody taught you about money, you just didn't listen.
No. You can't name me one credit course that you learn about. This is your credit. This is why it's important. This is what this is. I learned about credit because when I tried to go get some shit, they said, your shit is fucked up.
That what they said? Is that
you don't pay
nobody
back.
Hold on, Nikki, did they look over at you like
your shit is fucked up?
Right.
And then they're gonna be trying to be funny and be flying shit, and we'll send you a letter. You already told me no. I got to have it in writing too.
Yep. They want to let you know why.
So you can go look at how bad this is.
So that's the whole thing. So they give these kids all these cards and all this stuff. I mean, you know what I'm saying? And then the credit is jacked up. Then they can't afford a house, and then they have to pay rent, try to save money, and then fix their credit and everything like that. Mm-hmm. I think everybody that does, I got you. I think everybody deserves a house. If you so choose to want a house, some people don't want to be homeowners.
No, you can't. No, listen, you can't deserve something that you can't pay for. Like, okay.
Well, that's why that $15 an hour shit.
No, but listen, like I told you earlier, and we talked about this. If you working at McDonald's, and we just using McDonald's as an example, if you working at McDonald's and you making $8 an hour, you probably don't make enough damn money to buy a house. Even if it's two of you working at McDonald's and you make $8, if it's two of y'all and y'all making $15 an hour, you probably don't make enough money in this market right here to buy a house. Now,
so that's more classism.
Is it classism?
Is it?
No. What you got to do is you got to take your ass to school. You got to get you a trade. You got to get you some education, because if you come in and you get some education, you get some training, you got a skill. Now you can say, you know what? For what I know and for what I do, I demand $50,000 a year, $60,000 a year, but you can't come in and say, I'm just going to be mediocre. I'm not going to have any skills. I'm not going to really have anything that significantly contributes to the world, and I demand top pay for it. No, it don't work. It don't happen that way. The reason why pilots on airplanes make big money is because they have a specialized skill and they have a lot of responsibility. It don't make them no smarter than nobody else, but when you got that skill set, you have companies that will pay you for that. So it's a reason why the guy that loads the plane and the guy that flies the plane make a different salary.
So a man working at McDonald's doesn't deserve a house because he may not want to be an airplane pilot or
Nope. That's not what I'm saying.
Okay.
I'm saying that if you working at McDonald's, you're a middle-aged man and you working at McDonald's, something done went wrong in your life. You done some drugs. You done made some bad choices.
We
might have been in prison.
We got classmates that had McDonald's.
Those are choices.
They started at McDonald's and they still working there, and they happy at McDonald's.
That's fine.
They may be a manager now. They be a manager at two stores. So, ladies and gentlemen,
be happy with that mediocre life. It just ain't for me.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got to shut this off.
I'm just saying.
We're going to have to get into this. We're going to keep this between me and James open next week, and I want to hear what Nikki got to say about that. But we want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight. Shout out to the Budget Travel Show. Shout out to Thomas Reed and his entire crew. We want y'all to have the great work week. We will see you back next Monday. You have been tuned in live to the Benet Embry Show. We see y'all next week.
I ain't right, but I'm right.